Imagine you are a Swiss watchmaker in the 1980s. You've survived the quartz crisis. You've seen century-old establishments collapse, but something is beginning to change. A company, hidden away in the Jura Mountains, begins to produce movements that will bring back the very pulse to all of Swiss watchmaking. That company is called ETA, that Swiss watchmaking manufacturer, and unknowingly, it is about to become the most powerful and omnipresent heart of modern watchmaking. Stay tuned, because today, I'll tell you how a Swiss movement saved an entire industry and how it still continues to beat inside millions of watches around the world. Section 1. The rebirth of an industry, from the quartz crisis to the Swiss Renaissance. By the late 1970s, Switzerland's watchmaking industry was in ruins. More than 1,000 brands had completely disappeared. Japanese watches dominated the market, and the very word mechanical sounded like a relic of the past. But in 1983, a strategic merger changed the country's fate. ASU, AG, and SSIH, the two major Swiss groups, merged to form the Swatch Group. And within that group, one company would become the very backbone of all Swiss watchmaking, ETA. With roots that date back to the 19th century and the legendary manufacturer Certina, ETA made a truly crucial decision to standardize Swiss precision. Instead of each brand manufacturing its own calibres, ETA developed a comprehensive range of movements that were reliable, affordable, and simple to maintain. Its objective was crystal clear: to completely rebuild the watchmaking industry from the inside out, piece by piece. As Nicholas Hayek, the founder of the Swatch Group, famously stated, "To save Swiss watchmaking, it was essential for us to industrialize excellence." And that is precisely what ETA proceeded to do. Section 2. What exactly is ETA? The manufacturer that brought them all to life, ETA, is not a watch brand. It's the very heart that powers most of the Swiss brands we know today. Tissot, Longines, Hamilton, Certina, Mito, Rado, and even Omega for many years relied on their movements, and that tells us a lot. When we talk about ETA, we're talking about an invisible factory, a true backbone of Swiss watchmaking. Its calibers don't appear signed on the dial, but they are the ones that have kept this industry's pulse for over half a century. From its facilities in Grenchen, in the heart of the canton of Solothurn, ETA produces millions of movements every year. Mechanical, automatic, chronographic, and quartz movements, which bring to life watches ranging from the most accessible to authentic collector's items. The fascinating thing is that, even if you don't see its name anywhere visible, an ETA probably beats inside your watch. And that makes this manufacturer almost mystical, a silent yet omnipresent entity. Think of it this way. If Seiko is the soul of Japan, ETA is the pulse of Switzerland. Why are ETA movements so important? Because they offer a combination that very few have achieved in the entire history of modern watchmaking: reliability. Their gauges are constructed to last for many decades. They are genuine workhorses. Many ETA movements from the 80s are still working with the same precision as the first day. Simple maintenance. Thanks to their standardized and modular design, any watchmaker in the world can open, repair, and adjust an ETA. It's a universal language among professionals. Swiss precision, with adjustment tolerances reaching plus or minus 10 seconds per day, and chronometer versions certified by Cost, which drop to plus or minus 4 seconds. Global availability. From a €300 entry-level watch to a model of €3,000 or more, ETA offers the same reliability and quality control. That consistency is what made ETA the industry standard. It not only saved Swiss watchmaking post-quartz crisis, but also built a solid base for other brands to innovate. But there's something deeper. ETA democratized Swiss precision. Before, precision was the privilege of a few luxury manufacturers. ETA made it accessible to everyone. It allowed a young person to buy their first Swiss automatic watch without spending a fortune. And at the same time, a high-end collector could trust that same engineering in their daily piece. And the most surprising thing, all this without losing the essence of traditional watchmaking. Every ETA movement maintains the perfect balance between industrial technology and watchmaking craftsmanship, between mechanical past and modern efficiency. That's why, even though many brands today develop their own calibers, almost all started with an ETA and, in some way, still carry it in their DNA. Section 3. The calibers that made history. 2824, Valjoux, 7750, and other legendary hearts. ETA has an immense catalog, but there are some movements that defined entire eras. The ETA 2824-2, launched in 1982, is the world's most popular Swiss automatic movement. 25 joules, 28,800 vibrations per hour, 38 hours of power reserve. A simple, efficient, and easy-to-maintain design. You can find it in thousands of models from brands like Tissot, Hamilton, Certina, or Christopher Ward. Precision, reliability, and Swiss soul in its purest form. A2 and Valjoux, 7750, the king of automatic chronographs. Created in 1974, this caliber with 25 joules and 42 hours of power reserve marked a turning point. Its column wheel and cam architecture allowed for mass production without sacrificing robustness. Today, it lives on in various versions in watches from TAG Heuer, IWC, Sin, or Breitling. The 7750 is to chronographs what the 2824 is to automatics. A living legend. ETA 2892. A 2+, slim, refined, and with superior finishes. Used by luxury brands such as Omega, Caliber 1120, IWC, Cartier, and Longines. Its stability and precision make it the very foundation for calibers modified throughout the entire industry. Each one of these movements has something in common: a perfect balance between tradition, engineering, and versatility. Section 4. The ETA Philosophy. Industrial Precision, Artisanal Soul. ETA doesn't seek to be exclusive, it seeks to be essential. Its purpose was never to manufacture the most expensive watch, but the most reliable movement. That is its true philosophy, the standardization of Swiss quality. A simple yet powerful idea that every watch, regardless of its price or brand, represents the spirit of the country that invented the modern chronometer. At ETA, precision isn't a luxury, it's an obligation. Every caliber is designed with an almost scientific logic: maximum efficiency, minimal variability, zero errors. But behind that industrial precision, something profoundly human still beats, because even though its processes are automated, the final adjustments and controls are always performed by a watchmaker. Expert hands that carefully check the polishing, the alignment of the balance wheel, the tension of the mainspring, and the exact position of each ruby. To achieve this, ETA combines the best of two worlds: microfabrication technology, where each component is produced with micron tolerances, millimetric quality control, with over 400 checks before a movement leaves the factory, and the artisanal touch of watchmakers who understand that a hundredth's error can change a watch's history. This obsession with reliability has made ETA a global standard. It's why even independent watchmakers, microbrands, and renowned manufacturers choose their calibers to build their pieces, because they know that inside an ETA are decades of experience condensed in every screw, in every spring, in every beat. And although today many Swiss brands develop their own movements, the truth is that almost all of them started with an ETA. It is their starting point, their school, their very root. Because deep down, ETA was and still remains the shared DNA of an entire generation of Swiss timepieces, a silent legacy that clearly demonstrates that true perfection doesn't need to boast. It simply keeps on ticking. Section 5. The Post-ETA Era, Independence and its Legacy. When the heart of Swiss watchmaking began to diversify. In 2002, the Swatch Group made an announcement that truly shook the industry. ETA would no longer be selling its movements to other brands. The goal was to protect the value of Swiss-made and foster innovation. This caused a wave of new manufacturers: Celita, Soprod, La Joux-Perret, all based on ETA's original design. Celita, for example, reproduced the famous 2824 under the name SW200, practically identical. But even with that competition, ETA continued setting the standard. Their movements evolved in silence. New anti-magnetic materials, Nivacron hairsprings, and improvements in power reserve and precision. ETA remains, even today, the very cornerstone of modern Swiss watchmaking. Section 6. ETA, the invisible heart of Switzerland, from battle watch to eternal timepiece. There's something almost poetic about ETA. Millions of people wear its engineering on their wrist without knowing it. A Tissot PRX Powermatic 80, a Hamilton Khaki Field, a Longines Hydro Conquest. All of them beat thanks to an ETA movement, whether it's a 2824, 2836, or 775. Each one is the result of centuries of Swiss watchmaking knowledge condensed into a few centimeters of metal and ruby. Because ETA doesn't just make mechanisms, it builds trust, it builds heritage, it creates time. ETA, the heart that made Switzerland reborn. ETA is not merely a manufacturer. It is a tale of survival, of precision, and of national pride, the very heart that rescued Swiss watchmaking when everyone had given it up for dead. So, the next time you glance at your watch and notice Swiss made upon its dial, remember this. There is, in all likelihood, an ETA heart beating deep within. If you've enjoyed this story and watchmaking fascinates you as much as it does me, leave a like, subscribe, and comment. What's your favorite ETA movement? Are you more of a fan of the classic 2824 or the powerful Valjoux 7750? See you in the next video, where you'll discover how Switzerland regained its crown after the quartz crisis. And remember this important truth. Time waits for absolutely no one. But Swiss watches, they measure it with a precision that truly no one else can equal.